Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida's new and exciting weekly radio show. A show focused on businesses in Bay and surrounding counties. Business Between the Lines is hosted by Christy Kirkland, a business accelerator with Answer Marketing, and co-hosted by Jason Price, a video guru with Riplify Media.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Christy.
And welcome back, everyone, to ESPN Northwest Florida's Business Between the Lines show. As always, this show is designed around community. ESPN and all of us share this great passion about our community, and we love to bring leaders and business owners and just entrepreneurs that can share a value, share a tip, help our community grow. And today we have Mayor Greg Brudnicki coming on with us, and he's going to share some of the challenges that we've been going through.
So if you're somebody that you love the community, you invest your time, your money, your family, your business inside of Bay County and the surrounding counties, this is a conversation you're definitely going to want to listen to. The whole point of this show is to bring the community together and help everyone know the things that we need to know in order to be a valuable member of our community. And today, Mayor Greg, he's coming in and he's sharing with us, like you said, about kind of where we were at around the time of Hurricane Michael 3 years ago, what's happened in the 3 years, leading up to where we're at now, some challenges that we face, some things that we've gotten right, some things we've gotten wrong, some things we're working through, and then also what the future holds. He talks a lot about the marina, talks a lot about some new exciting things that are happening that will allow, us knowing these things helps us to be a better, valuable member of our community.
Yep. So stay tuned. Come back. You don't want to miss this. As a community, some of our successes and just ways that we can help out. So don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back with Mayor Greg Brudnicki.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Christy.
And hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Welcome back, everyone, to ESPN's Business Between the Lines. We're here with Mayor Greg Brudnicki, and we're going to be sharing, like we said before, some insights, just some community, hey, what's going on, and just some of our challenges and stuff that we've got going on. I know there's a lot, and we have, 12 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, even, you and I, you shared some stuff before we got on of stuff that I've never heard of, and it's just your day-to-day, world that you're going in. So I'm really excited just to hear kind of where things are at and the things that most people probably are not fully aware of, but affect them, and they just don't really know about it.
Yeah, we're 3 years out from Hurricane Michael, so just some of the challenges that we're still facing and, where we're at.
I find that putting things in perspective, doing drawing comparisons between one thing and another is an easier way to lead into it. And
Right.
so you think about Hurricane Irma, which was in 2017, there was 2.5 million cubic yards of debris in 50 counties.
Wow.
For Hurricane Irma in 2017.
That's perspective.
In Hurricane Michael, just in the city of Panama City, we had 4 million cubic yards of debris in 35 square miles. 2.5 million cubic yards in 50 counties, and we had almost twice that much just in the city of Panama City. The whole storm was about 17 million cubic yards. So this was devastation beyond anything that anybody could imagine. So for us and for the county, getting things cleaned up, you really couldn't do anything to start rejuvenating or rebuilding until it was cleaned up. So we spent over $100 million in the city of Panama City cleaning up. And so far we've gotten 55 million of that back from FEMA. And it's been nearly, 3 years, you said earlier.
Right.
So we're paying $6,000 a day interest on a loan so that we could get things cleaned up so that we could start rebuilding and rejuvenating. So those things, that degree of devastation really sets a tone for so many different things. We lost 1 million trees in the city.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is those trees will suck up 50 to 100 gallons of water a day. So you don't have those trees anymore. So guess what? When you talk about climate change, that's real climate change. Because now your water level and your water table has totally changed. It
That's
was set for
wild.
the last 100 and something years, and now all of a sudden, a 4-hour event changes that. So when we had Sally, and all that rain came down, we found so many places where we had compromised pipes in the city. All of this water, we processed in one day 17 billion gallons of sewage through our plant in Millville, when we normally do between 2 and 3 million gallons a day. And we did that much more. And so that was because of water intrusion, and that was because we had a level of water within the ground that we never had before.
All just because trees are gone.
Well, because the trees are gone. A lot of that because trees are gone, and because of the roots of other trees that tore apart places where water was running in, where we haven't fixed yet. So we are now, all of these problems though have availed us to a pot of money from the state and federal government, which we are eventually going to get. Some of that we're already getting from the state. There's $113 million coming from the state. 25% of it we don't even have to pay back. The other 75% is an interest-free loan, which we don't start paying on until 6 months after we get that money and start doing the work. So with that, we will be able to do things in a timely fashion within our community that we would have never been able to do before, because if I had to put it on the backs of the taxpayers in dibs and dabs, by the time I got through fixing everything that needed, a lot of that needed to be fixed before the storm anyway. It was old infrastructure. It'd be time to start over again.
Right.
You know, so now we have a project management department that we have put in place. There's money from FEMA to pay all that administration. We will plan all those projects, and we will get all that stuff done in a timely fashion. It takes time. And I get calls from people, when is my pothole gonna be fixed? When is this gonna be fixed? And you know, God love them, everybody is interested in, you know, their own little world, and it's important to them, and if they break an axle, it's my fault, I understand that. But we will get all of these things done, and it's not just planning it. Now we have the resourcing available to finish the
I'm
job.
sure you've heard it before, because I know I've heard it out there, and I'm not even in that arena. But before it was like, you know, when are they going to get to my street? When are they going to start this? When are they going to start that? And now it's like, okay, we have construction going on all over the place. It's like every road you go down, there's something happening. And it's like, okay, why they got to do it all at the same time? You're never going to make anybody happy,
No, you're
no
exactly
matter what
right.
you do.
You're exactly
Always
right.
going to be somebody that's a little upset, or a lot upset.
I had a lady I went to school with, they called me on the phone, and she said that, why are you fixing the roads? And there was 4 different communities, and none of those roads were City of Panama City roads. But she was upset because every time she wanted to go someplace, she couldn't get there because there was something being done on the road. Well, God love us, we have progress, and we still piss people off. Okay, so, and of course, you know.
We got progress, but it wasn't the specific progress that I wanted.
Exactly. So we do our best to get things done in a timely fashion, and sometimes it isn't in the time frame that everyone would like, but tough.
So what are some of our successes? I know we've got that funds coming in and everything like that, but we do have progress happening. We do have businesses coming in and new stuff being built, and you know, what are some of your favorite successes that we've got going on lately?
The Wall Street Journal had us down as the number 8 fastest growing city in America.
Oh wow.
So, you know, and it was, but the odd thing is, 3 months ago, we were in there as the number 1 COVID hotspot. Man, that media. I mean, it's just so nuts,
man.
You know? So, but yes, we number 1, we're now starting the streetscape downtown. St. Joe, we consummated the deal with St. Joe. They're going to be spending probably $30 million at a minimum on one of the quadrants of the marina, putting in a really nice hotel, probably the nicest one in Bay County.
Yeah.
Will be there, an amphitheater in between, and a really nice restaurant. So that will be a catalyst and a draw for downtown. And there has been a lot of entrepreneurs downtown that are now taking advantage of the fact that they knew that was coming. The price of real estate is going up. We're going to have it more walkable, and all of those things are coming to fruition. We did planning for downtown Millville, St. Andrews, and Glenwood. All those plans are done. There will be a lot of money available through FEMA and the federal government and state government and insurance, because the city was well insured, to be able to redo a lot of things that need to be done. Civic Center right now, we really want to redo the Civic Center, and we had made the determination it was 58% destroyed. Then we've got some clown from FEMA who has stepped in after a year and a half and said it's only 43%. We're only going to pay you $11 million, not $33 million. So I hope one person doesn't cause us to spend money on a building that's already 60 years old in the wrong place that the public is going to be going to. So we'll get that worked out.
Yeah.
All right.
So as a community, what can we do to help, especially our leaders, our officials and stuff like that, besides not calling in and not complaining?
Or maybe filling in our own potholes on our own streets every once in a while.
One of the best things that people can do is to invest in their own community, encourage people to invest in the community.
Yeah.
Come down and find out, we've got some unbelievable programs now for housing, for people that first-time home buyers. We've got programs where people can get up to $50,000 down payment on a house, up to $283,000 if they qualify.
Hey, that's me.
There you go. You probably didn't even know about that.
I didn't, and we could buy a house in like a year.
So we've got so many people now that are doing that. We had 70% renters and 30% homeowners prior to the storm. We want to flip that. And the way interest rates are now, and the way there's capital available for people to do homes, a house payment, including their insurance and taxes, can, in many instances, is less than rent. You're building instant equity when you can get this money that's been available to us because of the storm.
Right.
And so we want people more vested because, when there's a storm, a lot of people left. They didn't really have much to stay for except some of their rented stuff, But if you're vested in your community and you believe in your community, then the chances are, if you own property, you're going to come back.
Right.
And that's,
Absolutely.
to me, one of the things that's very, very important. But very hard to scrape up that down payment. So now we've got programs available to make that possible for everybody to own a home.
Man, that's fantastic. So then, somebody who's in like that category, which may include myself, where's the the spot or the place to go to learn if you qualify and those types
City
of
Hall,
things?
our community development department downtown. Michael Johnson heads that up. Sheila Ware is in that department. We have and even if you're not in the city of Panama City, even anywhere in the county, if you live in Lynn Haven or whatever, those things are available. Just need to come down and check it out. Now, of course, everything's on the website, but I remember all the letters.
Yeah.
Rebuildbay.com. I can't remember.
Google it.
Google it.
It's there, believe me, and it's easy to track it down. And so we encourage people to do that. We've got some of our public housing now that HUD is hopefully going to start releasing some funds because we have some people that were displaced. And the public housing that is coming back across from right there on Martin Luther King, Masalina, and then Fletcher Black, which is across from the county building.
Right.
All that was destroyed, and it was old, it was dated, and you couldn't put any more Band-Aids on it. So now that's all knocked down, and it's going to come back as part Section 8 housing, part senior housing, and part market rate. All the same. That's been the new successful program that HUD's put in place. So those are going to be nice. And really everything is going to be a step up. And we will benefit from this storm. We suffered profusely, and but we're going to be repaid for our suffering.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank
We
you.
have
That's
a
amazing.
lot of stuff going on in our community, so reach out, check out your local entities and see what's happening, see how you can help out. I do want to say, I know we've got a lot of groundbreakings and stuff like that going on, but something that you had said that they quoted you, and they actually quoted you in a good way, and I love that.
All right.
But I just have to say, it just kind of sums it up. What we're doing here today is an example of government getting it right, where people get together, leave their egos at the door, and hammer out a deal. And I just, you can't say it any better than that. It just come together as a community. You know, we still got a lot of ways to go, but we have done a lot, and you just got to take a look and see the positive and all of that and keep moving forward. So everyone stay tuned. We will be right back. Jason and I are going to be wrapping up with some more information about what's happening in our community. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Christy.
And welcome back, everyone, to ESPN's Business Between the Lines show. We just got through with an amazing discussion with Mayor Greg Brudnicki about our community and about the challenges that we're facing, and just my favorite, the successes that we have going on in there. So
Yeah, it was really cool for me hearing from someone's perspective, hearing from a perspective that knows so much more than I do about our community. And like, I experienced Hurricane Michael just like everybody else as a consumer, as somebody who lives here. He experienced it from a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And getting an idea of, you know, the comparison that he gave us for Irma and how much debris was there with Irma, and then Hurricane Michael and just how much debris was there with Michael was just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and I know our time is very short, and there's not a lot of time to like throw out everything that's going on. And he has a wealth of other things that they're working on, and all of our business owners and entrepreneurs, we don't always have the time to go down and sit in some of these meetings and stuff and really find out what's going on, and that's why we wanted to bring him on. But there's a lot going on, and if you just tune in and, you know, kind of filter out some of the negative and really listen to what we have going on in our community. They're saying Tyndall is rebuilding the base of the future. That's right here in our backyard. And how can you not be
I've heard
not
so many things about
that?
like what Tyndall is. I don't know the details, you know, specifically, but I know that like the entire nation is like looking at Tyndall as like the base.
Yeah, if you have not driven by there in a while, do it, because there's a flurry of activity, and this all goes back to our community and stuff. Florida, we are very blessed to be in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis said it, you know, that he announced Florida is bringing in $200 million more in revenue each month than was previously forecasted, and he said he attributes it to Florida being open during the pandemic and our people getting back to work and making things happen.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it was really cool, and that's one of the reasons why we have the show as a whole, is to have opportunities for people like Mayor Greg to come on here and share things where then all of you, you know, get to have that insight, get to learn, because, you know, again, you know, like we said, and we always say, like, we want everybody listening to this to be people who want to be a valuable member of the community. And hearing from people like Mayor Greg and some of the other guests we've had, you know, allows me personally to do that, because I learn more about the community, more about what's going on, which then helps me to know, like, what do I need to do in order to play my part.
Yeah, we've got, like you said, a lot of things going on. The Quality of Life Department is planning improvements on the McKenzie Park and the park's tree canopy, which is very huge, because he mentioned that about the water aquifer and the different levels.
That was insane.
And
I've never realized that.
I'm feeling it. I'm experiencing it, because up there where we live, and I always tell everybody, you know, if Florida floods come to me, because I'm up on a hill, but my lake is coming up, and it's up to our cook shed, and we have no more beach. It's up into the grass levels, and it hasn't gone back down. And it's kind of freaky to see that, you know, we're like, okay, about now, this year, you know, after all the rain, it starts to go back down, and it's our docks are underwater and stuff. It's still like that.
And we had all that, you know, heavy rain. I forgot when it was, but some number of weeks ago, where like everything around Panama City, you know, was flooding. I was in Gainesville at the time, but I saw pictures and everything. And then to hear Mayor Greg say, well, you remove however many hundreds and hundreds of trees. I don't remember how many he said it was, but then you know, those trees, thousands of trees are normally drinking up that water, but if they're out, the water's not being drank anymore.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we have to fast track and get these repairs going, and we just, as a society and a community, we have to be patient. That's not my strong suit. If anyone knows me, patience is not my strong suit. But it is one
There's
of
a
those
lot
things
going on.
that's what we can do as a community to help our leaders and to help our citizens and stuff, is have a little patience, get involved in your community, find things that you can do to also help out. Plant a tree. You know, I planted 20 not too long ago. My husband's not happy because now the lawnmower, you know, instead of him
more
just
difficult.
doing this, now he's got this whole navigation.
Yeah.
I said, it just makes it more interesting, right?
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
more fun.
It's not boring. Who wants to just mow in straight lines?
Yeah.
I think he would argue with
Yeah.
me.
I was talking to my mother-in-law this morning, and she was talking about how they're planting 2 trees more for decoration than for any other reason. But it's pretty cool.
So we do have a lot of other things going on. We've got the city's streetscape project, and their idea is to make the downtown area more walkable,
Yeah,
which
love
I
that.
personally love. The plan is to widen the sidewalks more. So again, for those that are the Karens in the world, they're going to say, "Oh, our streets are going to be skinnier." You know what?
I'd rather have
Look at
more
the
walking
positive.
space.
I would rather have a bigger sidewalk and more people walking down there, you
Yeah.
know, and enjoying our community and
Yeah,
stuff.
and go to any other downtown around anywhere else.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, it's about walking. Like, the idea is you go to a downtown, you figure out, okay, where I'm going to park for the evening.
Right.
And you park. So the idea is not, I'm going to get to park at the specific store I'm going to. You don't get back in your car and then drive a block and then get out. You just walk down there.
Yeah.
That's part of the thrill of being downtown.
Yeah. And I would say also, you know, from a social media aspect of it, something that our community can help our leaders and help our community as well is when you're thinking about posting something on social media, think twice. You know, this is like, because I'm building a shipping container house now, so this is, I think about these things, you know, it's like measure twice, cut once.
Oh, yeah.
Think twice before you post once, and ask yourself before you put it out there, is this help or does this hurt my community? It's so easy for us these days to just blast out the first thought that comes to our mind without doing any research, without checking any facts or anything like that. And our community has suffered enough. And we need to take a step back and we need to think about, you know, what we're putting out there and find the good stuff. We've got wall murals, you know, sides of buildings, beautiful paintings that are going up and making our community just cool as all get out. The one on the side of the City Arts in Monarch,
6th Street,
the butterflies. Beautiful.
And then there's
So-
the big ninja bear that's right on the corner of
if you
Harrison.
want to post something, go do a selfie in front of that and say thank you to those people that are doing this and making this happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an easy job. Our leaders, it doesn't matter if they're a really good leader or a subpar leader, it's still a tough job. It's a very
100%.
hard job. And I just kind of think about all those people who hold a political office, who have served in the past, who might be thinking of doing so. You know, that's not an easy thing to do in today's political environment. It's a difficult one to do. And no matter how much of yourself you put into the task, no matter how many hundreds of people validate what you're doing, there's always that one voice. And I've talked with Mayor Greg before, and there is, you know, he's had a heckler before.
Yeah.
But there's always that one voice that can rip your heart out and your soul and make you feel like what you're doing doesn't matter, and that, you know, like you're beating your head up against a wall. So think before you put stuff out there and help your community. You know, we're not perfect. Leaders are not perfect. Owners are not perfect. But if we constantly have people that are just pushing, you know, like he had said before, you know, we've got in the past, when are you going to fix my road? And then now, why are you fixing everything all at the same time? You know, it's like, you're never going to make it
when
happy.
are you going to fix these roads? They're terrible. And why are you fixing all the roads at the same time? I hate all this construction.
Right.
That's
They're
crazy.
doing the best they can with the information that they have and with the resources that they have and with their ability. I mean, a lot of people, they think,
All these
okay,
people are also just they're people. They've got their job, they've got their family, they've got their cookout, they've got their struggle, they've got their sick kid.
They have their
they've
struggles.
Got all of this stuff. And I think one thing that's unique about, not that I've ever worked in city government or anything, but unique about being a community leader is whenever you clock out, like you're not completely clocked out. You still deal with whatever social media messages you get or whatever comments you get, whether they're to you personally or they're whether to you the Facebook page that you're an administrative of, and then you got to go and where you should be spending time with your family, you're now distracted by this sort of stuff. And I sort of related to this, but this morning I watched this this video by the Black Swan Group on YouTube, which is a channel like everybody should go and check that out. They're phenomenal.
And while you're on YouTube, check us out.
Exactly. And they were talking about how to write an email. And as if you're ever writing an email, I think the same applies to a Facebook post, that might be on the negative side, is write out the whole thing and then stop and then read the whole thing in the most negative, hateful voice that you can. And if it comes out really negative, maybe you should change the wording a little bit.
Right.
Or after rereading the whole thing, you're like, is this a thing that I need to post? Is this going to help and serve anyone? Because it's not that you shouldn't say that something is wrong when it's wrong. You should, if there's a pothole, there's a pothole and potholes need to be fixed. But one, you can also just prepare your own pothole if it's on your street. It's pretty easy to do. But rethink, do I really need to even bother posting this?
Right. And I will say another big business tip on emails, because I have done this before, sent something before you were ready accidentally. So don't put their email address in there. If anything, put your own email address in the to box when you start, because sometimes it's like, okay, that goes into the draft and it's like, I think I need to send that. And then you forget to like recheck it or whatever, or you accidentally send it, so put yours in there. So if anything, it just comes back and smacks you in the face, not who you were.
And there's also this email tool that a friend of mine used, and I saw on his computer one day, I was like, what is that? And he has this tool that means whenever you hit send on an email, it waits 5 minutes before actually sending the email. Just in case you really flubbed up and sent the wrong thing, or it's as simple as you didn't attach the attachment that you were supposed to attach, which is that's my number one mistake that I make.
Right.
They're so where is that document you sent me? I'm like, whoops.
Yeah. But to say all of this, we do have a lot of stuff that we still need to do. But we do have a lot of stuff that is happening, a lot of great things that are happening. We just need to stop and take a look. We don't always see everything behind the scenes, what happens, what they have to go through to make just a small little change. And so, you know what? God bless all those who serve in a public office who try to make a difference. We see you and we appreciate you.
That's exactly right. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Business Between the Lines. Now, here's the deal. If you are someone, if you've gone through a struggle, if you've gone through something and you've come out on the other side and you're like, man, I wish I could speak to every single person that has this struggle because I made it out and I think other people can make it out. You're exactly the kind of person that we want to have on our show. We want to talk to you. We want to invite you on the show, invite you into the studio, because you're the type of person that has that valuable nugget that if everyone would learn, would help them through their struggles.
And that's what this is all about, everybody coming together as a community. So direct message our page, direct message ESPN. Our numbers are out there all over the place. Just reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you.
Chances are you're watching this on YouTube or a podcast or on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page and reach out. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Harley Davidson of Panama City Beach, Grand Lagoon Life, and Vortex Spring. They are the people that make this show happen and allow us to step into the studio every single week.
Thank you, guys. We really appreciate you tuning in to Business Between the Lines on ESPN 104.3 radio station.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Business Between the Lines. Join us every Sunday morning beginning at 8 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.